abusive, that are unpleasant. Identify those words. Okay? And then number 2, identify any verbal and physical attacks in the text. Look at the case very well. The first is just write the words. Identify any unpleasant words or sentences in that case study. And 2, identify verbal and physical attacks in the case study. Write them out, and we'll present and we'll discuss. Who's a good reader here? It's okay. It's okay. So there are 2 things there: interview from headers, and then interview from farmers. From the first page from headers, and the second one is interview from farmers. In all of this, identify the unpleasant words in the text, and then number 2. It's a group work, so you guys should not do that. Work together. Any clarification? Oh,
wicked, uncivilized, unwelcome guests, sexual assault, social misfits, people in the bush, torture. Then looking at verbal and physical attacks, we have we'll physically attack them, we'll shoot back.
Firearms.
We have procure firearms. No, they have sophisticated firearms. Take law into our hands, mobilize and pursue them. I mean, this from the farmer. They are heavily armed. And then we also procure firearms. Am I right?
Okay. But so far, the word rape has not come out. Did you see rape in the text?
No, sexual assault.
Sexual assault. But there was no rape.
Yeah.
Sexual assault. Okay.
They are 2 different. It's not the same as.
There are 2 different words.
They are 2 different
words. Yes. Okay. Any question for them?
Unpleasant words, and then the verbal physical attack words in the message. So we had jealousy, which is unpleasant. These words used on any of us will not be happy. Then we have wicked, calling someone wicked, uncivilized. We have unwelcome guest. If you tell me that I'm unwelcome, I'll feel bad. Criminal, if you call someone criminal, the person will feel very bad. So we identify as unpleasant words. And we have Fulani, then tribalistic, and then strangers. We have unjustifiable, and then social misfits. And these are the words we're able to come out as unpleasant words. Then we come to the verbal and physical attack. Words that can be found there are terrorism. We have murder, we have torture, and then we have robbery. These are physical and verbal words or attacks. We have sexual abuse, which we use force before it can be done. Attack, and then pursue. Then we have shoot and kill. These are all words we identify as physical and verbal attacks in the message.
Can you clap for the group? Any contribution, question, comment for them? Let's stay here on this word. Where's the marker? No, because they all want to see the. Okay. This word here, tribalistic, right? We often use the word tribe in our narration. The word should be what?
Ethnic.
Ethnic, and not tribe. So once again, I'm pointing out to you the vocabulary, the linguistics. Ethnic has a lot of negative connotation. Sorry, tribe. So those of you who have been writing tribe in your write-up, please unlearn today. The proper description is what? Ethnic. So when you say they are tribalistic, or you mentioned the word stranger, another word very strong, uncivilized. And we do say this unconsciously. So when you be right, when you be can say people, I mean uncivilized means that where if you go to no who said it when he said life was short, brutish, nasty, and solitary. Not Plato, one of the thinkers, philosophers, made that description. In the state of nature, where life was short, it was brutish, it was nasty, it was uncivilized. But today we have come out of the state of nature. But that's a contestable. I think we are still in the state of nature, maybe. So these are words that these farmers and headers are using against themselves in the interview. Well, some of them pursue, pursue can be contested, it can be used in different contexts, but we will shoot and kill them. And in fact, when you read the text, we have given you status of how many people were killed within that year out of farmer-herder conflict in Agogo. Some of them are the nose of the police. So please, this case study is very important. Let's help to shape the narration or the narratives on farmer-herder conflict. We need each other. You need to eat. When you are eating, you need protein. And your protein includes cow meat. Isn't it? Yeah. You need a maize, you need a yam. So we must coexist.
And guinea fowl.
All right. Thank you so much. 3 minutes or 5 minutes.
From the interview of the farmer header, we came out with this response, which we identify as a hate speech out of the response given by the farmer header. And for us, the statement that he made that most communities
speak louder, please.
For us,
yes,
the response he gave that most communities are unjustifiably jealous, tribalistic, and wicked. We see this statement as a hate speech. And when it comes to the unpleasant response he also gave, or that we identified, the statement that he made that if the mantra of the farmers is to shoot any cattle on sight, we will not hesitate to shoot back to protect our source of wealth and survival. We feel that this one is unpleasant statement as well. And when you look at this statement too, the farmers just do not want us on their land simply because they see us as strangers. This is also unpleasant. So when you come to the hate words that we identified from the responses given, we identify unjustifiable jealous as a hate word, tribalistic wickedness as part of the hate words that the farmer header used in the interview. But when you come to the farmer, we also identify a hate speech in their response as they have indeed I think what we needed to capture was they have indeed overstayed their welcome, since they can best be described as societal misfit. This is really a hate speech that we identify in the response of the farmer. And when you look at the unpleasant statement the farmer also made, he says that we will mobilize and pursue them out of our community if the security fails to promptly react to the situation. So these are the unpleasant and hate speech that we identified in the responses of the farmer header and the farmer. Thank you very much.
Look, I clap for the group. So let me ask a question, and let's be honest. We have this. Has any of us have we used some of these words in our? Have we?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I like the honesty here, right? Yeah. So this is coming from the farmers and the head that we interviewed at Agogo, and the story in the northern region of Ghana. I'm sure there have been worse. And unfortunately, we the one who have to educate are also cracking the issues further. And I like your admission that you have used some of this word. If you discuss someone as a stranger, no. Societal misface. These are strong words. These are hate speech. These are discriminatory. So let's unlearn, right? And you begin to use. There's no time. I'm going to drop another case study, which you have to probably read later on, but would help you to now use certain words that are more reasonable in your narration concerning this conflict between the farmers and the herders. Thank you so much for identifying this for us. Yes.
Yeah, tribalistic, wicked, uncivilized, criminals, murderers, terrorists, and societal misfits.
When you call somebody terrorist, the person will take you on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we also call somebody violent extremist, he can take you on.
Legally or physically? Legally or
Legally.
Both. Depending on the context.
And even spiritually.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So verbal and physical attacks, they said they torture, they are armed robbers, and then sexual assaults. This is how they describe the Fulbies. Also, the social statement say killing at the least provocation. That at the least provocation they will kill. So when you say that, you make the other person angry. We will mobilize and pursue them out of our community. If we say we'll mobilize and pursue you out of our community, it is more or less like you are attacking us physically. We will shoot them back. Should they also shoot us? They also said that we'll shoot you back. If you shoot us, we'll also shoot you back. So these are very comprehensive summary one that.
Thank you. Did you come across a certain sentence that says the land doesn't belong to anybody?
Yes.
It belongs to God. I think you have to really reflect on that.
The best group is coming. Don't worry.
It's coming, right?
We are coming.
Okay.
We do what others don't do.
Okay.
And that's
Okay. Any contribution to this group?
We are coming.
And we want to draw all of us attention to something. We realized that we knew that people were going to count all those words. In most of the cases, the attention we want to draw is that they were allegations. If you read the interview and look at what was captured, most of them are allegations. The Fulani man is saying that one of the groups said that they said most community. He said host community. Host community, not most communities. And they are all alleging that some other people have said those words that we said. But what stood out for us were some of the things that are exact quotations by the people, either the farmer or the Fulbi. Yes. We look at the Fulbi when he says that we will physically attack. This we will physically attack is coming from the Fulbi man. He premised on Osman. He said that if the farmers did some things, they would physically attack. And we thought that would be unpleasant. Now, he also said that to the point that Doc was referring to. That
the bodies are so. Yes, go on.
One of the Fulbi man is saying that the resources, including land and water, are creations of God. If we say this, we found this provocative. If we say this to the host community, you are inviting them to take a certain action. So we found that to be unpleasant.
Stay there also.
Okay.
I still want you to also look at this. Okay, let me see online. No, water is okay. And I want you to do a bit more reflection, be philosophical, and begin to reflect, think, allowed, you notice that all the conflicts in this world is all based on this, right? Or majority of the conflict is all based on this. What the land, what is in it. And the guy is saying that, but wait a minute, who is the owner of the land? Who is the owner of the land? It's not God. Yes. So how did the whole thing happen? That all of a sudden, or historically, one royal say this land belongs to me. Another one say this land belongs to me. I don't have land. And if I want access to land, it becomes conflict. This is very, very deep. I want you to be thinking around it. In countries where conflict over land is no more, has been minimized, it's simply because the land has been entrusted into the government. And the government's responsibility is to make the land available. If you go to South Africa, we say it's a developed economy in Africa because you don't go and see all this, feeder, the dust, it's well demarcated because the land is in the hands of the government. But if we bring that model in Ghana here, you're going to be conflict.
Families own land.
We got family owned land, chiefs, it's all kinds of stuff.
First settlers.
First settlers. So that is what is also these guys are tapping into. That let's go to Ghana because the land they are customary land. And the chief is that, oh, this is my land, and therefore I have the right to give some to. And I said, madam, that if I were just here, one of my interests would be security report. And you said, my report everything. I understand. It's a very complex area. So, sir,
all of that you said, if you look at what the farmers are also saying. Oh no,
they are not one more thing.
Yes, this is intellectual presentation. We are doing intellectual presentation.
Okay, allow.
Finally, if you look at all the things the farmers have said,
yes,
they are conditioned on certain actions. If you do this, you do. But one thing that stood out was when the farmer says that we will take the law into our own hands. That particular statement is very unpleasant for us.
So to say there, this is coming from what? The farmers. Those of us who are always on the side of the food base. The farmers are saying what? We will take the law into our own hands.
So we've gone down.
And please, I'm urging you to go behind the writings and do a deeper analysis. And you begin to understand the context of this farmer-headed conflict. And I'm just repeating, you're going to stay with that for a long time because the climate is changing. Thank you so much. Please clap. Knowledge forward, right, in terms of using your platform to educate us as citizens, to understand the context of hate speech, the context of misinformation disorder, and what we can do to counter that. Issues around violent extremism, which is a threat to us as citizens, and we need to use your platform to help us to understand the context, and the signs and the symptoms, and what we can all do, applying the whole society approach to curb this threat. So I feel humbled, and I wish you the best as you move from here to the next level. We will do the proper closing ceremony, but in the meantime, there's an evaluation form that you have to. This is a checklist, right?
Yes.
You have to.
We're just handing out the training evaluation.
Right. Also, so let's do this. Is all part of the administrative process. Let's do it, and then we can bring the session to a close, and we depart from here.